It's the first week of the Atlantic hurricane season. Whilst there are no storms out there just yet, there are one or two areas that could develop in the next few days. More on that in our tropical weather bulletins and other updates. Well, you may have seen the Cyclone Education Week feature that went on this last week. Part 6 will be out very soon, by the way, a little bit late, quite obviously, but that will be out very soon, as will another animation from that week. This will be the last weekly feature until Cyclone Review Week, which will occur in around November or early December, in a similar position to Hurricane Week in the past 2 years. An interesting variation of comments in the past week. Olga King says, "I've always noticed that the same parallel lines somewhere in Asia get the same weather effects. They usually get it first, then we do." I'm guessing we is somewhere in America. And it is interesting, I've noticed something similar as well that occurs. I'm not sure if there's actually a link, but in winter, the United States gets a snowstorm, and then a few days later the UK might get one. I'm not sure if there's actually a particular theory behind that. I don't really know, but it is interesting to observe, of course. Super Death Retard says, "How did you like driving on the wrong side of the road?" That was during the Florida trip. It was not too much different from driving on the right side of the road, according to who says what is right. And Ivan Woodbury says, "I predict Arthur to form in the Gulf of Mexico," and you might be right on that one, looking at the latest forecast, though chances have gone down ever so slightly in the next 5 days on an area of interest currently located in the Atlantic, but we'll see how Invest 93E does. More on the forecasts for those on the updates and on the website as well. Other comments in the past week. Tropmet commented on Cyclone Education Week. Absolutely awesome, Nathan, addressing me by name for once, someone. And thank you so much for mentioning Tropmet.com. Well, you're most welcome for that, and fantastic footage, of course. And also thanks for your replies on the other videos as well. Blacklight Formula says, "Can you send me those computer model links again for the various model runs?" Go on the links page of the Force 13 website, and at the very bottom of that page you'll see them all there, the links to those models. Tom Chapman says, "Good to see you back in the saddle. Very cool graphics this year." Well, thank you for your support, and I always strive for better, whether it's graphics or content or whatever, and hopefully we might even see even better graphics coming ashore in the next few months or years or whenever. And Music Today asks, "When do you think the next typhoon will make landfall in the Philippines?" Well, one thing I can say about that is it doesn't appear to be anytime soon, at least not according to computer models. They're predicting absolutely nothing forming in the Western Pacific in the next 7 days or so nothing to worry about over there. So 2014, it started off very quickly, but it seems to have fizzled out ever so slightly, at least apart from Amanda, of course. 26 tropical storms have formed so far around the world this year, 11 of those becoming hurricane intensity 74 miles per hour or higher, 6 of those reaching category 3 intensity on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale, 115 miles per hour sustained or higher. Looking at the graph, you can see it just falling away a little bit, but still fairly active as far as storms are concerned. This is tropical storms. The blue line is 2014 so far. The purple one's 1996, which was still on top at this point, but 1992 ultimately took over and ended up being the most active season on record, at least in recent record, with 103 storms forming. The green line was last year, 2013. So, in the absence of any new storms forming in the past week, the predictor season scores haven't changed, except for any new people who have come into the fray, but none of them have entered the top 12, so as you were with the top 12 at the moment. Monsoon still at the top with 18 points, don't forget 0 is a perfect prediction, the lower the score is, the better the result. Blake in second place with 39, Hurricane Ruby in third with 52, as it stands. Looking at the latest predictions, there have only been 2 since May the 25th, and those were Evan, who predicted on June the 1st, scoring 182, which puts him in 41st place, and Ivan Woodbury, you get another mention, predicted also on June the 1st, scoring 113, 16th place. Feature predictors at the moment, you can see them all. Ulleback 82 is the first one pictured near the bottom, Paul Nugent above that, myself above that, and F15 at the top right, and the top two are at the bottom, the black line being Monsoon, the red line being Blake. Along the timeline there, you can see how they've been just straying a little bit further away from that perfect prediction, and the other four have been trending downwards, so it's interesting to see how that's going to go along as our season progresses. You can submit your own predictions at force13.com/predictorseason_2014.html, but that's a bit of a mouthful, so it's on the description just underneath this video. And all of Force 13's outlets are out there. You can visit the website force13.com, which will keep you up to date on any storms that form, as will all the other platforms, video sharing sites, YouTube and Dailymotion. Just search Force 13, and same too for the social pages, Facebook and Twitter. Just search Force 13 at Force 13 on Twitter. And if you want to talk tropics, you can add Fool 13 on Skype for tropical weather chat. Next in a week.